And good day, everyone. My name is Mark Johnston, your guest host for Follow the Money Investor Group. I welcome a wonderful open conversation once again with a great colleague we featured a number of times here with our production, Jim Grieg, who's president of Benchmark Metals. Jim, thanks very much for joining us again.
Thanks for having me, Mark. Always a pleasure.
Likewise. And here we are moving quite in a very healthy way into Q4 in the calendar year. And so we're very excited to hear what might be happening behind the scenes at Benchmark Metals. I know you've had some results come through, and we're excited to hear what's happening with the company.
That's right. We've completed near 50,000 meters of drilling. And as we speak, there is news released announcing some major expansion outside of the existing deposits. And so this drilling, in fact, what it's doing is showing that there's a lot more potential for gold and silver at surface. So to the point where we are now going to delay our preliminary economic assessment in favor of expanding the resource first. So this is very positive news because it shows that the scope and scale of the project continues to increase and continues to return good gold and silver from the drill bit.
Great, excellent news. Thank you for that, and congratulations. I am curious from the outside, when this moment happens for the company, is it fair to ask the expectations before the news came in? Is it very much a we never know till we know?
I think this is what we anticipated, or this is what we had modeled before the drilling began. But as usual, you don't know until the assays come back from the lab, and visuals in the core always look very encouraging. And the geological work that's been done always supports this expansion that we saw. But until we get numbers from the lab, it's still a bit of an unknown. And now we have proof in the pudding, as you will. There's no doubt the zones are expanding. And we're now connecting two deposits with this corridor in between the two. So this is very encouraging. There's another 50,000 meters of drilling in progress for a total of 100,000 meters this year. And all of this will go towards expansion, new resources, but also technical drilling to support a feasibility study for next year. So there's engineering work at the same time as expansion work.
Appreciate that. Now, looking ahead at the rest of the quarter here as we round out the end of 2021, Jim, what does this do now for your choreography as a company?
So we anticipate drill results to continue right through early next year. So I would anticipate another 4, maybe 5 months of continued releases on drill numbers. And at some point within that period, or just on the margins of it, we will have an updated resource estimate. This will be followed by a preliminary economic assessment. Okay. And then late next year, we would work towards completing a feasibility study. So a number of major milestones that should move the market cap of this company.
Great to hear. Great to hear. In terms of next steps, obviously the investors will be watching closely because there's a lot of activity happening. And as you say, you're looking at a number of months to go with more results coming in. So that's always very exciting. Where, in terms of the financial side, just an update since we met last, because we've had a great pleasure sitting down with you a number of times this year. How has the company been doing? What's happening on the financial side that you could share with investors?
So it's quite a large budget for this program, but we have just under $30 million in the treasury. Of course, a good percentage of this will be taken through the big drill program in progress. But at the same time, we have actually seen near $4 million in warrant money come into the treasury. These were all warrants that were priced anywhere between 30 and 40 cents. And so the stock's trading well over $1 at the moment. Benchmark has made these shareholders quite a nice purse, if you will. It's made people money over the last few years, and love to see that. I'm a shareholder myself, but when people can engage their warrants and make money on it, that's a very positive sign. But in addition, it brings cash into the treasury for more work. So it's a win-win. The warrants are actually working for us.
Fantastic. Good to hear that from the inside. Always a pleasure. In terms of other things to watch for, if we're mindful of next steps of the company, you've shared about the results that will continue for a number of months now. What other ingredients or insights can you provide our investor audience of what to watch for as the company moves forward?
I think it's careful to note, or maybe not careful, but it's very clear we're moving well beyond just a junior microcap company that's drilling. We are quickly moving to a feasibility study for next year, and that vaults us into the development category. So we're at the precursor stage to actually building a mine. We are very advanced, obviously, and this sets us apart from a high risk profile. We have near 3 million ounces in the ground, and this will expand to perhaps close to 5 million ounces. So we're moving from a drilling company to development and production. So there is a production decision coming here soon. And I'd say with the fundamentals that are set up for gold and silver, at some point, this enormous debt that the world has accumulated and these large inflation numbers have to kick in. And, that will have a big impact on the company, all these external factors, in addition to the milestones and the drill results we're putting out.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And if we were to go to that, I often call the 30,000-foot view, Jim, the bird's eye view of where the industry, the sector is at large. Obviously, the pandemic situation for us continues to evolve. Depending on where you're at, things are better, things are not better. Just for the mining industry, can you just do a little bit of a weather check for us as investors of how much we've come through and where we are today, what type of impact or non-impact you're finding with that situation?
It certainly has an impact by way of we carefully plan out activities. Mm-hmm. When people arrive at our site, they immediately undergo a quick test or a rapid test for COVID. Mm-hmm. And even though we're in a somewhat isolated area, everyone's quarantined before they come to, or has gone through all of the vaccinations before arriving at site. But we do testing while at site, mm-hmm. and we keep basically a ring fence around the project while operating. We don't allow visitors or strangers to arrive, mm-hmm. unless they provided notice. And if it's a planned visit, well then they too must undergo a rapid COVID test. So we're being very careful. In addition to that, just ordering supplies, because there's been, as we know, supply disruptions with just about everything. We plan far ahead of all of our work to remove any supply issues.
Great. So a bit of a smoother reaction to what's happening. It sounds correct. Like well. Appreciate that. Yeah. Let's look a little further down the road, because there's some exciting news with what you offered today, and we know that there's a number of other moments like this to come in the next few months, based on your share. Into 2022, with where the company is in its evolution, with these sorts of results coming in, and the hopes and expectations of what you may find in the coming months. What does 2022 look like, Jim, compared to 2021?
2021 to 2022 should be a remarkable impact on the market cap of the company. Okay. This is where we evolved from a company that has a roughly 170 million market cap, mm-hmm. to potential of well over 500 million market cap if you were to look at our peers. Mm-hmm. So as we deliver these results, milestones, be it an updated resource or a feasibility study, this should truly set us apart from others. And there are many multiples remaining in the stock price here. And it's going to happen quickly. 2022 is only a few months away. Mm-hmm. And all of this drilling that we're performing will increase the resource by a large number.
Terrific. Thank you. And let's imagine for a moment there may be some new people to Benchmark Metals watching our segment today. Anything that you'd like to share from inside the company, either about the team, Jim, or structure, or recent changes or evolutions that some of the newcomers might be interested to hear?
Yeah, I think always when you invest in a company like Benchmark, you need to look at management. And I'm lucky to be associated and partnered with some exceedingly good professionals. We have anywhere from 15 to 30-year veterans. And so I hate to say it, but, you know, been there, done that type attitude. The crew has been involved in discoveries, has been involved in putting mines into production, and has also been large shareholders in all of the companies we've been associated with. So we're not about salaries at this Benchmark. We're about moving the share price with results. And that rewards management as well, because you know, we all hold a large piece of this company. So as a new person looking over Benchmark, look at the management, look at the track record, look at the wealth this management and board has delivered on other companies.
Fantastic. It's all about the people at the end of the day, and I appreciate that, Jim, very much. Is there anything else we haven't touched on? Just this is a great moment for a check-in with a company, obviously, that is moving and shaking, and especially with the results coming in as you're sharing. What other updates or insights can we offer the audience today?
I think the other major insight is you touch base on it. We've got a very healthy treasury. And so that is paying for all of the work that's happening as we speak. And unlike many others, we're not out pounding the pavement looking for new capital. We have everything we need right now in the treasury. And that allows us to work ahead and not dilute.
Terrific. That's great. Well, certainly Q4 looks like there may be some activity we should be keeping an eye on a day-to-day basis at this point, Jim. So as always, I appreciate your time. I think we've offered some great insights to the audience. Congratulations on the results, and we'll look forward to keeping an eye on the company and the stock just to see how this affects overall investment and portfolio. But you're always very forward in your share. I appreciate very much the energy of what you brought forward today. So I'll thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mark. Always a pleasure.
Take care. Thanks so much, Jim.
Bye-bye.